Hi, today we are going to talk about Red Dawn, the original one, the 1984 version. And I mean, what a film! What a cast list! We've got Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, C. Thomas Howell, Jennifer Grey, Leah Thompson, Powers Booth, who you may remember from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as the bad guy, and Harry Dean Stanton from Aliens. I mean, you know, and this was early days. This was Charlie Sheen's first film. He hadn't done anything before this. He'd spent time on the set of Apocalypse Now with his dad, who is Martin Sheen, and he'd fallen in love with wanting to be an actor, and this is where he ended up. And it's a great little idea. The Russians and the Cubans invade America. Little town America, paratroopers come down at the school, and yeah, there's. I never really thought of it till, like I say, I watched it the other night, and there is they machine gun the school teacher, they kill one of the children, and they start blowing stuff up, and it is quite somber, really, you know, in that department. There is a lot of death and killing in it, but it's nice. It is a good film. It is weird to think, like I said, this was Charlie Sheen's first film, and apparently, Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze, who later went on to be in some film, I don't know if you've heard of it, called Dirty Dancing. No, apparently it's a girls' film. I don't know if we talk about girls' film. Do we talk about girls' film, Piglet? Do we, Pig? No? Okay. We might do one about that, just for you girls. If you girls out there ask for it, we shall do it. Apparently they didn't get on. They really didn't get on while they were filming this, and apparently they still didn't get on when they made Dirty Dancing. Apparently C. Thomas Howell, who was also in another one of those great 80s movies, Hitchhiker, he was supposed to be like a proper cowboy, and he gave Leah Thompson a pair of cowboy boots, and she still has them. If you watch the extras on I watched the Blu-ray the other night. If you watch the extras on it, she's wearing the cowboy boots that he gave her. I watched this as a kid. This was a film I bought on video cassette. There was back when I was a kid. Video cassettes were really expensive, and you'd be really picky about which ones you bought. And I remember seeing the title of this, Red Dawn. You saw the cover, and they were all stood there with machine guns and bazookas and things like that. And, it looked fantastic. And I remember I picked it up. I'm going to have this one, and I remember loving it. It's weird to think that, you know, like they apparently they had to build, because there's lots of Russian tanks in it, and they had to go to this company that built tanks and that, and the director guy, who by the sounds of it was a bit into his guns. Apparently he carried a gun all the time on set. He asked them, can you build this, can you build that? Yeah, and eventually they built them 3 or 4 replicas of Russian tanks. Some of them were made out of fiberglass and things like that at the top, the turrets. But yeah, they made them the tanks. And while they were building them, apparently the FBI turned up, and the CIA, and said, you've got Russian tanks. We fly planes over here and we can see them. Why have you got Russian tanks? And we're using them for a film. And when they finished them with the film, the CIA, FBI came back to them and said, can we borrow them? Because we want to use them so that our spotter planes know what they look like. So yeah. Compare this one to the remake. I don't know. They're two very different things. I would say both are good films on their own standing. I would say I prefer the original one better. It is kind of weird that there are scenes, like there is a scene in the original one where they kill a deer and they make C. Thomas Howell drink the blood because it'll make you a man and a hunter and all that, and that's what they do. In the remake, they make, I forget who it is now, but they make one of them drink the blood in that and then say, oh no, actually we don't do that, oh it's horrible, and sort of make fun of him. And I don't know whether that's the world has changed, but that's a good example of how things have changed. Harry Dean Stanton's in there for a little bit. Avenge me. Yeah. There's a few scenes with helicopters, Russian gunships, and it has a plot and it has a nice narrative, and I think everybody gives such a great performance in it. Apparently, Charlie Sheen was a little bit miffed because there's a scene where they kill some parents, and he's the one that sees them do it. It's there with his binoculars, and he's like, oh. And then he goes back to camp and he tells everybody that they've killed our parents here, and then Patrick Swayze gives a speech and it ends there. And when they went to the cinema to see it at the premiere, they chopped out Charlie Sheen explaining to the group what had happened. And Charlie Sheen had his dad with him and sort of turned him out and said, what? And his dad said, well, we knew what had happened. We'd seen it. We didn't need then for you to explain it to us. So they chopped it out. And he was hurt because he said that was his best performance. A lot of it is filmed in very cold weather. They filmed it in somewhere that... It sounds like they call it Las Vegas. It looks like Las Vegas, but it's not Las Vegas, the big city. It's Las Vegas in New Mexico. So, but there's a lot of it is in snow. And apparently there is a story that sees Thomas Howell says that he didn't cry, but Charlie Sheen did. And Charlie Sheen says he didn't cry. He couldn't. His tear ducts had frozen. So, yeah. So, I would give this film, if you were going to give it a rating, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It does suffer a little bit from being an 80s film. Some 80s films do that. But yeah, I'd give it a try if I were you. Get it out, have a watch, see what you think. So, if you like this video, my geek and geekettes, you ladies at the back there, wave again. If you like this video, if you want to see me do more of these, if you have a film you would like me to do or talk about, or a subject or anything that you would like me to talk about, even if it's a girly film, I will do chick flicks if you want. Okay? I've been me, you've been you've been fantastic. The pig has gone to see if he can find his copy of Dirty Dancing. I guess he's going to make me watch it. Have a brilliant night, have a brilliant day, and I hope to see you all really, really soon.